We're going to go over the 16 personalities assignment. I will be putting it into the dollars and cents class later on. Right now it's just in interpersonal studies. But we're going to take a look at this assignment. This is a personality profile that will help you kind of discover who you are as a person, what kind of person you are, and it will even kind of help you understand how you learn and maybe even jobs that might be good for you, careers in the future. All right, the assignment is going to be in your first marking period folder for week number 3. I believe it was last week, which would have been 9-3 through 9-7. That's the folder that it's in. And it says, go to the following website, which gives you 16personalities.com. This is not a link, so you can copy it and paste it, or you can just type in the browser 16personalities.com. You will be taking a test to see which one of 16 personality types you are. Answer the questions honestly and with your first instinct. There are no wrong answers. You are not a good or bad person based on your answers. Be honest with yourself. Go with your gut instinct. Take a snip of your results, and I believe I've shown you how to take a snip before. I have? Yes? Okay. All right. And we'll go over it again in here and attach the pic to this assignment. We will get started together on this. I'm going to help you out a little bit through this. Also, there is a way, and I'll show you that as soon as we get to that particular personality profile, where you can email the results to yourself at the end of it. So you will be sending an email to yourself where you'll have a copy of those results. But we're going to go here. I'm going to show you again. You can right click on that and copy it. You can paste that into your browser. All right. And you're going to go to a site that looks like this. It says 16 personalities. And you do not have to register or anything like that. You just take the test. And it is a free personality test. It says it takes less than 12 minutes. Answer honestly, even if you don't like the answer. Do not leave any, or try not to leave any neutral answers. Those are the ones here in the middle. These are neutral. Please don't choose that. You need to agree or disagree somewhat with that statement. If you agree just a tiny bit, you'd go here. You agree, yeah, that's mostly me, or you agree a whole lot, that is definitely me. And the same with disagree. Kind of, yeah, mostly me, and definitely me. Okay? Now, when it says answer honestly, even if you don't like the answer, maybe you think it is a more redeeming quality. This one right here says you find it difficult to introduce yourself to other people. You really want to be friendly and outgoing, and you want to be that person that it's really easy for you to introduce yourself to people, but you're just not that person. There's nothing wrong with not being that person. It's okay to say no, yeah. All right, so you find it difficult to introduce yourself to other people. Now, for me as a teacher, I disagree with this in the classroom. But as a person on my own in a social situation, I definitely agree with that. Okay, do you see the difference? As a teacher, I can't be afraid to introduce myself to people. But as a person, when I'm just being me, it's not the most comfortable thing in the world. I am not the person that they want to assign at church to be the greeter and go hug everybody. I mean, once I know someone, I don't mind hugging them, but I'm like this with people, you know, give me my distance until I know you. That doesn't make me a bad person. It's just who I am. And some of you are like that, and some of you are the huggers. Some of you are the ones that run up and hug on everybody. And that's okay. All right? So you're going to have to be honest with yourself. So I am not as bad about it as I used to be. So I'm going to agree with that statement right here. You often get so lost in thoughts that you ignore or forget your surroundings. I am distracted easily because I do pay more attention to my surroundings. So with this one, I would have to disagree quite a bit because I tend to pay attention to everything. All right, do you see how to answer these? All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause this video and then finish the questions and show you how to submit your results. Now, all right, I went through and answered the questions for myself, and some of you are done, some of you are not. Just continue answering the questions, but listen to the explanation. You have a personality type, and these 4 letters mean something that we'll talk about later on. They call my personality type the defender. It's kind of interesting right here because I really am more of an introverted person than extroverted, but because of my career in education, I'm not as introverted as I used to be. So it's kind of, it's really kind of cool the way that this changes as you grow and get into different careers and things like that. All right, right down here, it says get results by email. So I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to just type in my school email address. You can subscribe to the newsletter if you want to. You don't have to. But it does have some pretty interesting information. This is kind of a site that I really like. So I'm going to click send, and that means I have sent those results to myself. Now, another thing that I want to do is if you'll look up here in this top right-hand corner, there's a little icon there that shows kind of what your type is here. I'm going to click on that circle, and it says you are the defender. Here's the code. Here's a role, strategy, confident individualism. And here's a link to your profile so you can share it with your friends. A couple of ways that you can take care of this and get it turned in is, first off, you can click on this. You can right-click on it and copy that. And then you can turn that in as the link for your assignment. I'm going to kind of dump those over in here onto a blank document. Just so that I can have it to show you different ways you can do this. You also can take a snip of that. Remember, you're going to type here to search. You're going to type in the word snip, and it'll come up snipping tool. I happen to have mine pinned to the bar here. So I'm going to take a snip, a new snip, and what I'm going to take a snip of is just this little square right here. And I'm going to do a file, save as, and I'm just going to call it 16P results. And I'm going to use my name in it. And I'm going to save it on my desktop, and I'll have a copy of that as well. All right, so far we've got 2 ways that you can turn this in. You actually have 3 because you emailed it to yourself. And what I'm going to do in the assignment is I'm going to give you a choice of either copying and pasting that link and putting it in where it says submit text or write submission, whatever it says there. I'm going to let you put that link in there for me. Or when you take a snip, you can attach that picture to it. Or you can find that email and you can copy the information out of that email and put it into the right submission box. So there's several different ways that you can turn this in. Now, let's take a look at some of the things that you can do here. First of all, right down here at the bottom, it says start reading. And this will take you to your results and kind of tell you a little bit about what kind of person you are. All right, it tells you other people who have a similar personality to yours. Different people that you might know. Yes, and some of them are actually, The Godfather is not real. Will Turner is not real. Okay, but these are literary characters. But they will give you an example of people who have similar characteristics to you. Right here, that was part 1. Part 1 is, well, you know, she probably answered this one was somewhat similar. All right, that was the introduction, and then you can go on to each one of these different categories to tell you kind of how things work in your life. One that you're going to want to really pay attention to is career path. You're going to want to really read through that and see, you know, with my type of personality, what kind of career would be good for me. It talks about, let's see, I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure it talks about being a teacher in this one. So I want you to take some time to read about yourself. I want you to take some time to turn those things in. When I put the assignment in there for dollars and cents, it's already in there for interpersonal studies. All you will need to do is go in there, either give me the link, the picture, or copy and paste the email. Not the email address, but the body of the email that it sends you, if you want to put that in there. So there's 3 ways that you can turn this in. Before I stop this video, are there any questions that I haven't covered on how to get this turned in? Any confusion? Tell me now so that we can fix it for everybody. All right, then I'm going to go ahead and stop this video, and you guys can get these things saved and ready to turn in.